hear there's a new name for enemies that we're facing. It's Al-Qaeda, then ISIS, and now American patriots. Who would have thought those who love the country the most would be hated on by folks who call America home? Both political parties are equally just as evil. They've been working for themselves, don't give a damn about the people. Black, white, yellow, brown, humanity needs you. Cause united we stand, divided they will defeat you. The man on the news says the problem is me. I'm just a small town boy with big American dreams. The world's going crazy and they lying to us. Don't know who to believe, so in God we trust. Y'all missing what was written in them pages.
All right, what's happening, y'all? Sorry, running late tonight.
You hate this.
Sorry, cutting Adam off there, but hey, no disrespect, brother. Anyway, sorry, running late. Jackson and I were hanging out listening to some music. So, you know what? I will always day Muir to hanging out with the kid and chilling with him and listening to music when it comes to anything. So, sorry, not sorry. I know I was scheduled for 8:30, but hey, just priorities, you know what I mean? And it's always fun to hang out and listen to tunes with the kid and get to listen to, you know, the shit that they're listening to. So, you know, let's see here. Oh, we're dropping frames again, skipping frames, dropping frames. Hopefully everything's coming through all right. It seems like once I get off this, I don't know, I'm probably going to go clean a bunch of shit up. Anyhow, tonight, I'm not going to talk about Johnny Depp or whatever that woman, whatever her name is. I couldn't care less. We're not going to talk about Twitter. So I couldn't give a shit less about Twitter either. Couldn't care less. Twitter is the stupidest fucking thing. I don't even know how to use it. I'm on there. I don't even know what it is. What is it? Now it's your free speech haven, apparently. And everybody's wound up about it. It's the biggest thing on the planet. But let me tell you something, people. Here's the thing is we get so sidetracked. Agendas get shifted and moved around on a daily basis, okay? It's like, I mean, what's going on in Ukraine? Anybody? Bueller? Nobody knows. It's like one day it's the most fucking important thing on the fucking planet, right? We just donated another $300 million, taxpayer money. $300 million. Let's do the math, geniuses. There's 335 million people in this country. How many of those are children? How many of those are elderly? And how many of those are working people? And do the math on how many million that cost each of us. Did you approve of it? Anybody? There's people out here in Cody, Wyoming that got Ukraine flags flying out in front of their house right now. Whatever. You can fly whatever you wanted to in front of your house, but are you doing it because it's cool? Is it because you got it on your Facebook? I mean, do you know what's even going on? I don't know what's going on. And I can tell you what, is that I do more homework on these things than most people do out there. I'm not saying one way or another. What I am saying is that I do not know. That I can't verify it. And so one of the things in my moral compass, one of the things in my ethics, one of the things that I refuse to do is to sit here and speak about something being true when I can't personally verify it. That's just one of the tenets of who I am. So I can't verify it, so I can't say. And it's kind of crazy. I mean, there's one cat that I know out here in Cody, Wyoming that could fly that flag. And he's been on this show. I don't know anybody else out here. And I mean, I completely respect his right to do so. I mean, but as far as everybody else is concerned, 84% of the country doesn't even know where this country is located, okay? 84% of the United States of America didn't even know where Ukraine was at. And we had to sit there and listen to Kamala Harris say, well, Ukraine is a European country that borders a bigger country, and that bigger countries, Russia, and they invaded them and we didn't think that was right. Huh? Nobody knows what the fuck is going on over there, people. I'm not saying it any one way or another. I'm just saying nobody really knows. I mean, you can watch what you want on the news. Where's it at on the news? All we see now is fucking Johnny Depp and whatever her name is. I heard of wildebeests or what. I mean, who gives a fucking shit about them? Who cares? You understand that we are about to have some serious problems. And I've been saying this for fucking a little bit now. But it's coming down. It's coming down. Okay, not only do we have the pandemic, right? The Rona, right? Terrible, terrible deal. Okay, we have another one. Okay? H5N1. Okay, has anybody tried to buy chicken lately? All right, anybody? Anybody tried to buy eggs recently? Anybody? Because I've been on the Walmart thing tonight just doing an order, right? Because now you can do that. You can just place an order and they'll just bring it out to your car. So why the fuck go into Walmart if they'll just bring it out to you? I'm looking at, there's like 2 different kinds of eggs you can get. The chicken, I bought like a thing of chicken thighs because I like doing chicken thighs, but that was ridiculously expensive. I mean, everything's going through the roof, folks. Why is that? Anybody seen how many chickens, turkeys have been euthanized recently? Any idea why when you go into Walmart, there's no fucking eggs on the fucking shelf? Oh, really stupid. Okay. Guess what else is coming back? And it's already made a resurgence. Why do you think pork is so expensive right now? Pork is usually like you got chicken, pork, and then you want to get beef or whatever, and seafood, then that's going to cost you more. Why is pork so expensive right now? Swine flu. Remember that one? H1N1. Mutated back. Different. I don't know. Who knows? I'm not saying. I couldn't tell you the fucking difference because I'm not a goddamn, I'm not a biologist. I can't tell you what a woman is or a man. I'll tell you what as a man, I can tell you what a woman is. At least I think so. I don't know. I mean, one would think. So here's what we're going to get into this evening, okay? And I don't know if anybody's been paying attention to this because we have so many distractions that happen that people don't pay attention. They don't pay attention to anything except the meaningless bullshit that's going on out there, right? So y'all are sitting here watching this nonsense go on, right? I mean, politicizing everything, concerned with Lumpy Mushhead and his merry band of idiots, and concerned about Musk and Twitter. I tweeted. The fuck is that stupid shit? Who gives a fuck? Twitter can go and twatter off. I don't care. And, Twitter can, with Musk, without him, I don't give a shit. Does it really fucking matter? Is it going to really affect your daily life? Because it's not going to. Is Elon Musk going to be putting food on your table? Jack Dorsey going to be doing that for you? The investors in Twitter? I tweeted. I mean, I sounded off on that shit 5 or 6 times when it came out that he took it over. And basically it was just being a smart ass. I really don't tweet on a daily basis. I mean, those of you that know me know I don't tweet. I mean, just to say it, just to say that I tweeted. Well, today I woke up and I took a big fat dump after I ate my oatmeal and it's tweeted. Who cares? Who gives a fucking shit? Anybody? I know all you do, everybody, and all these Silicon Valley marmot heads, and fucking what's her face, that racist woman on the news, and then that little goofy guy. This is just the worst. Oh my goodness. When did Elon Musk become a fucking racist? He wasn't like a, I mean, didn't the left like think a lot about him? I mean, he came up, he's got that fucking electric car thingy, right? It does things and dances. It dances. You can play music and the car dances. Well, hey, will it get you food? Can it dance for food? Because you're going to have to put a sign on that motherfucking thing that says, "We'll dance for food." Is what you're going to end up having to do here. Sorry. Not sorry. You'll understand what's going on. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Do you understand how many food processing centers have caught on fire or been hit by airplanes in the last month? I count 18. And I can go through and give you the whole list. And if you want to go back, and I can go all the way back down through 2021. This isn't something that just started. This didn't just start. Do you want to talk about diesel fuel? What do you think runs farms? What do you think runs the machinery? What do you think runs the trucks that haul the shit around? That you just go to your fucking store, right? You go to your Safeways, or if you got the dough, you go to your, Whole Foods, or, I mean, if you're, live in a town like this, you got a choice between Albertsons or Walmart. Not much of a choice, to tell you the truth. Anybody wonder why? I kind of wonder why. Like if I see a good pallet, sometimes I like to go get a good pallet because I like using the planks off them. I go back around there at Walmart. They're nothing. They're all blue or red, which you can't take. And I always ask. I don't ever take pallets from anywhere without asking. But I haven't taken one from there in forever. What's that say? If there's a lack of pallets out back, what's that say? When I go in there and there's no eggs, hey? There's no eggs. Anybody try to buy eggs recently? How about chicken? Look at the price of pork. It's fucking out of everything. The prices of everything is out of this world. And we want to sit here and act like we're just going to just coincide with this monetary system. Right? Like, we got to do it because Ukraine. It's a sacrifice we got to make because Ukraine. Because Zelensky and that guy, because come on. You got them over there. They're doing their thing. Anybody ever done any homework on this whole scenario? I've been. I'm not saying one thing's one way or one thing's the other. But I'm also not saying that either. Because I don't fucking know. I do know that I've watched the whole nation be duped by a video game that was supposed to be some kind of a fighter jet, master pilot, the Ghost of Kiev video game. I know that I've watched a whole country be duped by 13 Ukrainian soldiers being killed on Snake Island after saying, "Fuck you, Russian warship," when in fact they were taken back to their families. I know that I've looked at the photos, the different photos. There's a gazillion of them out there of these men. One of the photos has like 16 men. One of them looks like Zelensky's in the middle. I don't even know. One of them is all these old dudes. The other one's a bunch of young dudes. Everybody posts it like it's real. Because guess what, people? Y'all fall in the group of you're stupid. Sorry. You're ignorant. So maybe it's time that you wake up to that fact, because I woke up to that fact a long time ago concerning myself. That's why I don't say anything without looking into it. I'm not sitting here spewing propaganda and horse shit. Whereas the rest of this country, that's all y'all do. Everybody, for the most part, is just like the general public, the GP out there on the street. That's the same thing. 95% morons can't read. If they can, it don't apply to them. And they just go about their business and act like, I mean, you got to find out. It's coming down. And it has been for some time. And I've been saying it, and people look at me like I'm fucking crazy. And they fucking think that I'm just spouting off and, you know, muttering bullshit. You know, that ain't the case. It's not the case, folks. It's coming. So, on that note, okay, what's anybody think about this? You got two planes that just happen to go down into food processing plants. You got 18 of them. Let me get my notes here so you all know that what I'm bringing up is not bullshit, because there's something I do. It's called taking notes, and I have this awesome, highly sophisticated doowacky here in my hand that allows me to take notes and look up information and things that, you know, I don't just go off and just, oh, hey, so-and-so tweeted this. Let me retweet it. I doubt that you'll ever find anything that I retweeted. So let's go back here and let's look here, okay? We got February 28th, Hermiston, Oregon. We got March 13th, Jonesboro, Arkansas. That was a Hot Pocket plant. Now, I might be okay with that, because who wants a Hot Pocket? I mean, really, that's not real. I mean, I'm not too worried about that. I don't think the world, the welfare of the world lives or dies on a fucking Hot Pocket. Hopefully nobody was hurt. That's all I can say. That's Jonesboro, Arkansas. Okay, on March 16th, we have a Walmart fulfillment center in Indiana. On the 28th, Maricopa, Arizona. On March 30th, we have Macomb, Belfast, Maine. On the 31st, we have Rio Fresh, Texas. April 11th, East Conway, beef and pork. On April 13th, we have Gem State, Idaho. What do you think they were doing out there in Gem State, Idaho? Might have had something to do with potatoes. What do potatoes make? Fritos, Doritos, Frito-Lay products. This sidewalk's for regular walking, not fancy walking. All right. April 13th, also, same day, we have Taylor Farms, Salina, California. April 18th, we have a Zero Standard, and that was up in Hermiston, Oregon. March 23rd, my birthday. We had one go up in flames in Quebec. April 24th, we had a General Mills in Georgia. Poof. Since the Russian invasion, we've had 12 processing plants catch fire and 2 mysterious plane crashes. Let's go back. February 15th, soybean plant, Indiana. Also on the 15th, fire at Bonanza Meat Company in El Paso, Texas. February 5th, Wisconsin River Meats. January 7th, poultry plant in Canada went up. January 21st, we had a potato plant in Washington. January 14th, Cargill Nutrina feed mill. And then on January 1st, we had another one in Illinois. And we also had one in Taiwan. That's interesting, huh? Quite interesting. Now, does that seem a little bit odd to anybody out there? Does anybody out there? Hello, McFly? Anybody? I don't know. Am I crazy? I mean, this seems a little bit out of pocket here. Maybe I'm nuts. Anybody heard much about this on the mainstream? I sure as hell haven't. Here and there. This is one of those things you got to do your homework on. Why are small aircraft, splashing into, semi trucks loaded up with goods? I don't know. Anybody? Bueller? Nobody, right? I mean, you have to look at these things and you got to wonder. I mean, what the hell's going on? Anybody have any idea? We just sit here, we watch this fucking stupid ass bullshit. I mean, we could be looking at another 10 to 15% in hikes on our grocery bills. We're so disassociated with our food sources that we don't even know what the fuck is going on, and we don't care because we're too worried about fucking Johnny Depp and some girl that shit in his bed. Who gives a fuck? That's his dumb ass fault. He wants to let some stupid fucking idiot shit in his bed, then hey, make a grumpy, as he said. I thought she made a grumpy. I can't even imagine saying that in court. Well, she was very proud of herself for making a grumpy in my bed linen, where I had on my full buttoned up PJs and my sock nightcap. Come on. I mean, half the country is consumed with this. Who cares? Who cares? Let's pull up my YouTube feed and let's see what we got going on here. Let's just go back to the home page. Now my home feed is a little bit different than everybody else's. Hey, look, there I am. I finally came up live. How about that? Oh, we got bombshell. New Hunter Biden emails emerge. Don't care. He can take his crown, teeth, and all his nonsense, and he can go away. Fauci's come back. Here we go. All right, we got the Azov in Ukraine. Don't care. Do care about the fact that I went and spent $195 last night at Walmart and came home with like 5 bags of food. Care about that. That's kind of a problem. Oh, let's see. What else do we have? We got Russell Brand reacting to Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. Who gives a shit? I could not care less what Jack Sparrow has got going on with the girl from Harry Plopper or whatever she is. I honestly care more about the fact that I'm still sitting here like upset about the fact that Taylor Hawkins passed away. We got, who's this? We got Lizard Dewormer. Oh, because of the Queen. Yeah, I'm really concerned about that decrepit old bag. And that group of alleged, whatever they might be, I don't want to say it because I can't say it, alleged people involved in, what do they call it? I'm trying to remember the terminology for it. Those interested in younger individuals. What else we got going? Oh, yeah, you got the whole Hillary Clinton and John Durham going on. Okay, here's the thing, people. Here's what's important to you and important to me. I mean, in order to sustain life, right? Sustain life, we have to eat, right? What's that take? It takes crops and cattle, poultry, pork, right? Who's it that runs probably the biggest poultry or pork industry in this country, huh? Probably Smithfield, right? Who owns Smithfield? Do your homework. I'm not going to answer it. Do your homework. Look into it. For once in your life, do your homework. Do your fucking homework. I don't give a shit. You tune in the show, you don't. I don't care, one way or another. But I will tell you that I do my homework, and I'd like to think that some other people did as well. You know, it gets old talking to people that don't know a goddamn thing about what's going on. No clue. Just talking to people that are just fucking clueless, that are concerned with fucking Captain Jack Black Sparrow and the girl from Harry Potter pooping in his bed and laughing at him. She pooped in my bed and laughed at me. I'm sorry. I guess he lost a tip of a finger or something too. I haven't seen. I don't give a shit. We're not talking about that. Who cares? I mean, we have much bigger problems. And the thing is these are all diversionary tactics that are being used by the media and government to make you not think about this. I mean, how are you going to be controlled? You know? What is the old proverb? The quickest way to a man's heart is through his stomach, right? Like, you ever hear that? If you ain't got nothing to put in your belly, you know, I mean, there's some literature that you also go back and read about certain things, about how, you know, control's taken. I mean, we are in a third world country right now, folks. Look at the homelessness. Look at the people that can't pay their bills, that can't put fuel in their vehicle. Diesel fuel. I'm sorry, I have a diesel truck because I can't pull my job trailer with anything else. There's a huge diesel shortage going on right now. It's only going to get worse. You know? I mean, we're so concerned about the you know, this bullshit. Who gives a shit about Hillary Clinton? Who gives a shit about Donald Trump and his lawsuit? I really don't care. I don't give two shits about Donald Trump's fucking lawsuit or the $24 million that he thinks he's owed by them. I couldn't care less. I could not care less. He let it happen. He made the decision to fucking run for president and go up against that wicked witch of the West or whatever. I mean, who cares? Who cares about her? Who cares about him? Who cares about Biden? Who gives a shit about Kamala Harris? Who gives a shit about any of them? None of them give a fuck about you. Do you think that these politicians are sitting at home at night wondering about what's going on with you? Like, oh God, I wonder what Mike File's thinking tonight. Oh boy, I sure hope that I get his approval. It doesn't matter because I don't have anybody listening because I'm fucking shadow banned and I've been fucking cut off because I've told the truth. And I'm just waiting for the next axe to fall. Even though the things I've said have come out 2 days later, I still get banned for 2 weeks. But then if somebody's got close to 1 million listeners, why they can go out and say the same thing I said about the same study that I had talked about 2 days prior, and they get all the accolades and everything in the world. Here I am. I'm just some spud sitting here trying to fucking make this thing work, and I can't even get out there because I'm just getting shut down. I've not pulled any punches. I've not said that my show's kid friendly. I've not tried to be anybody who I'm not. And I think everybody out there knows that's a fact if you're watching this, you know, and I'm just going to take this moment to give some shout outs. Shout out Charlie Caperton. Shout out Broward County Sheriff's Department down there. You know, nothing but love for you guys. And I appreciate you guys tuning in and the kind words that I've heard. I appreciate that because you know what, regardless of my past or history or whatever, I got nothing against law enforcement whatsoever. I think y'all are out there, you know, you're up. Honestly, I think 95% of the men and women in law enforcement are out there trying to be of service and do the right thing. I really do. And I've had years taken from my life and put away. But I blame that more on the government than anything else because that was what it came down to. Even though they told me you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, we're still going to come after you for 60 months, you know. Okay. That wasn't a law enforcement officer saying that. As a matter of fact, most of them guys treated me pretty well, except for a couple in the feds. But you know, those guys. There's a lot of those cats that are cool as shit too. I mean, you guys know who you are. Shout out to you guys. Shout out Reynoso, Big Will, fucking Sanchez. Number of them out there. Anyways, so here's where we're at. We've got these. I mean, these facilities. I mean, is this a coincidence? Is it because of the drought that we just all of a sudden we have a fire problem? You tell me. It seems to me this is becoming quite a trend. And I also happen to believe that there's never really any such thing as coincidence. Anybody with me on that? Anybody? Bueller. Coincidence? Nobody? I don't know. It seems to me that the stuff that's going on here is BCP. Shout out BCP. I dig his show. Salty dog out there, salty cracker. That guy's fearless. I don't know how you get away with it, salty cracker, but you do. You say shit that I'd never get away with saying, but hey man, more power to you. I'm glad you say it. And I watch your show every day anyhow. And same with you, BCP. But those two are like on two opposite ends of the spectrum, you know. BCP keeps it like, he's, you know, he's like, you know, straight to the cuff. And yeah, Salty's like, you know, I mean, I enjoy both your shows. I even enjoy watching, you know, I mean, I watch things on the other side of the fence too. I mean, you know, but now all of a sudden it's crazy because people like Max Blumenthal, people like Aaron Monte, people like Jimmy Dore, they're being labeled as being like fucking right wing when it couldn't be further from the truth. I get labeled like that too when it couldn't be further from the truth. I believe in a lot of this. I mean, you know, it's good to have a healthy balance. Ever heard of balance? It's like, hey, you take some good things from this basket over here. You take what works for you from this basket over here. You put them together and it works for you. You know? There's not any set one way or another, you know? And I don't know why people don't understand that. It's like all of a sudden in this country, it's like you got to be this or you got to be that. How about you be a fucking human being? You know? We got the mushhead doing what he's doing. I mean, and the thing is you know, what we've got going on here with these potential shortages in the food realm of things, it's been going on for some time. It didn't just start. I mean, we've obviously got a shortage of fertilizer. You know, but here's the thing: is we've become so screwed up in the way that we produce food. This is the issue, people. This idea of rows of crops is just dumb. That's not how things grow in nature. They don't grow like that. There is if you've ever done any kind of study into, you know, the way that trees and plants and you know, things grow, you have successions. Like altitudinal succession. You have successions of different, you know, fruit trees, different vegetables grow different ways to, you know, to survive. I mean, how do you think indigenous peoples got by before white man showed up and started just fucking plowing the earth? You had areas where you had certain things growing, right? And then, you know, different plants, you know, these different species of vegetation put off different things that benefit each other. And they do things that will limit the, you know, the insects. But just spraying everything down with fucking radon, whatever the fuck the shit is, it's giving everybody cancer. And just having these rows of bullshit. All this corn. Look at all the corn we have. And what's it go to? It's not for food. And then we're taking it and we're putting it in our fuel, which is, it emits more greenhouse gases to do that. And it's worse for your vehicle. It's worse for the environment. It's worse for everyone. You know, we've got these leaders. How much, I mean, let's say that, let's just say for argument's sake, let's say Joe Biden really is all about, you know, the environment and climate change, climate blah, blah, blah. Okay. How many times has that dumb motherfucker flown across the goddamn ocean in that Air Force One? Okay. I mean, that thing's a flying fortress. What do you think follows him around? It's not just that plane. There's other planes. And then you got, you got the plane of doom flying around. That's a flying war station. Fighter jets. Ships in the ocean. Then he comes out and says, we're going to make all tanks, all our military equipment is going to be electric. You dumb son of a bitch. What the hell goes into creating an electric vehicle? What's filling up our what the hell is out there filling up our fucking landfills? What happens to the batteries? What are the batteries full of? Lithium? Who's got that? Who's the number one producer of that? China. Who went into Afghanistan and swooped up all that lithium after we made our folly exit out of that place? You know, these are all things that are compounding on this problem. That's been, you're right. And, you know, idiots, right. It didn't just start. This has been going on. I mean, you can take it back to like 2018 with the fertilizer shortage. And what's that do? It causes a shortage in this country of manure because you can't get the fertilizer. Well, okay, so you're going to go buy manure instead. And so now we don't have enough animals taking shits to throw on our food. So we can't grow food without pickle shits. I mean, it just seems like this is an incredible sequence of errors. Am I wrong? Am I making shit up? You tell me. I mean, we got this guy, you know, and everybody wants to, you know, because of The Thing. Well, The Thing, I've been reading a lot of The Thing recently, right? I got this. This is The Thing. This is The Thing, okay? You know, because of The Thing. And here's my problem with The Thing, and here's my problem with anything that starts off with a hypocritical fucking lie. You could say whatever you would like to say. I'm not, okay. So this is the one that, you know, Onion Head, he tried to quote this during his campaign that was just awesomely run. I mean, there's no way you get 81 million votes without sitting in your basement for 50 days prior to election day. I mean, you want to talk about some strategists? I mean, whoever was running that campaign from the DNC point of view, I mean, dude, spot on. You saved so much money, and you did it the right way. You did it the right way. You just had the candidate, you know, everybody's going to be curious. If he's not showing up anywhere, then, hey, let's vote for this guy. We don't know what he has to say or not say or what he's going to, you know, I mean, he's already challenged that guy Fat to a push-up contest. And he's talked about The Thing. And this is the thing. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. Okay. Where are women mentioned? All men are created equal. Okay. I don't think that that's a truth. I don't think that all men are created equal. And there's no mention of women. Endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. What are those? Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. Okay. Let's go and say this is truth. All right. Let's just play the hypothetical game here. We'll just hibbity hop down this thing. Let's fucking talk about this. Okay. Self-evident. Is it self-evident to a person born in a bad neighborhood in Detroit. It has to be a man because it's all men. So is a young man born in a bad neighborhood in Detroit, is it self-evident that he's created equal to a young man born in, let's say, Bozeman, Montana? How about or someplace in fucking Idaho, all right? Rigby, Idaho. How about that? Is that created equal? Let's say one of these men has FAS and one of them has Asperger's. Is that created equal? I don't believe so. Inalienable rights. Okay. Does the young man born in Rigby, Idaho, let's say Rexburg, we're a little bigger. Let's say Rexburg, Idaho, home of BYU Junior. Let's say, are these unalienable rights amongst each of these young men? And then what about the girls that are born in either place? Where's their unalienable rights? These aren't even mentioned. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. If you were born in a bad section of Detroit, do you have the same pursuit of happiness that somebody born in Rexburg, Idaho does? And then that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, capital M, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. Deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That's an interesting thought, isn't it, people? How many of you out there are consenting to what we have going on at this point in time from our government? Not very many. I mean, not from what I see. I mean, at the high end, we got Biden at 41% approval rating. Which, hey, that's not much. I think at this point in time in Trump's presidency, he was at 42%. But it was because everybody was just, I mean, I don't give a shit one way or another. I think both these men, I would really particularly just like nothing more than to see either one of them ever again in my life. I would love it if I never had to see Jen Psaki again. I would love it if I never had to see Nancy Pelosi or Chuck Schumer or Mitch McConnell. I'd love it not to see any of them, wouldn't you? Because then we could really get down to what's really going on. We could get after the get down. Because the get down, folks, is between us. It has to do with you, me, and the rest of us. They're not us. The government is not us. You might think that they're representative of you. They are not. They're not even close. The last thing that they are even concerned about is representing you. Now, they will grandstand, and they will say that that's what they're doing. But in the matter of fact, they don't give two shits about you, me, the breeze, none of us. They care about them, their family, and this. Okay, so let's continue. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it. And to institute new government. Why do we have to institute new government if we decide to abolish the bullshit that we have? I think it's been shown throughout human history that this doesn't work. This isn't a democracy. Everybody wants to grandstand and stand up on their democracy. Bullshit. None of you, nor myself, had any say in any of this that's going on right now, did we? Ask yourself that. Did you have a say in what you got from your paycheck? Did you have a say in what was just automatically deducted? I mean, if, in fact, the government derives their just powers from the consent, then wouldn't that mean that you would get your full paycheck and then your consent would be to pay your taxes? How much does the president's son owe right now in taxes? How much does the president owe in taxes? Weird. So here we have, if the form of government becomes destructive of these ends, so to me that refers to the government deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. How many of you consent to paying what you have to pay for your license plates? I mean, you obviously do because you have to, right? Because if you don't, then you're going to get pulled over. Now, what is that? What is that? You're being coerced, right? If the result of you not paying that is you're going to get fined, jailed, pulled over, harassed, would any of you go down to the fucking courthouse and write them a fucking check on the taxes that you already paid on your fucking vehicle when you bought the motherfucker? I already paid my taxes on my truck, but guess what? Every year I get to go down there and it goes up every year. $270 some odd to put a goddamn stupid sticker on my license plate. Because if I don't, I'm going to get pulled over by Officer fucking Stick Butt. And he's going to fucking harass me. And then I'm going to get a ticket and I'm going to get my name in the paper and on their stupid website because I didn't put a sticker on my fucking license plate on a truck that I already paid for and already paid taxes on. And then if I don't have the insurance that I've paid for years, but nothing's ever happened, but I still have to pay that because if I don't have insurance, then I'm going to court and my name's in the paper and on the fucking website again. Is that the consent of the governed? Would any of you consent to any of this shit if you were not coerced into doing it? Now, what is the coercion? It's a threat of violence, right? That's why I say taxation is theft. Because I don't know a single one of you out there that would sit down and just throw out a chunk of cheese. You might throw out Chuck E. Cheese, but who's going to just volunteer? Well, I really think that the government really needs this money from me because, God damn it, we have got to have more of these weapons to send over and bomb brown people. And we've got to get involved in more of these countries, altercations. And we need to go over there and do false flags. And the media, they got to be involved. I mean, who's going to, how the hell is, how are these people going to make their money? Who consented to any of this shit? Anybody? Show of hands. Fucking put the thumbs up or the thumbs down button. Do something to react. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see somebody make a reaction to this shit. Instead of just sit there with your thumb up your ass, wondering why the fuck everything is going to fucking shit around here. Allegedly. Why are you going to, I don't think anybody's understanding what's really fucking going on here. We sit here and we watch these idiots, these talking heads, these morons on this fucking stupid TV and this fucking internet and all this shit. We believe what they have to say, when in fact, it's all just a bunch of bullshit. The fact of the matter is we're not taking care of each other. What else are we here to do? They're not taking care of us. Leadership, quote unquote leadership, I say that with the biggest tongue in cheek that I can fucking possibly, Jesus Christ. Leadership. This is not leadership. This is not representative government. These people do not represent you. They don't represent me. They don't give a shit about you, but yet they manage to divide us and pit us against one another. Do they not? Is that in fact untrue? Tell me that. You show me. Joe Biden said he was going to unite the country. Show me where he's done that. Where's that happened? Myself as a white man, sorry, I didn't choose this. This is just me. I didn't choose this. But it makes me bad and evil. It makes me somebody that fucking Joy-Ann Reid can sit there and fucking talk shit about. She doesn't know me. She doesn't know a fucking thing about me. She doesn't know anything about who my friends are. She doesn't know anything about my background. She knows nothing except that she can talk shit because of the color of my skin. Well, what color is my fucking skin? What color is it? Tell me. What color is my skin? Looks multicolored to me. You can take a look at my legs, my chest, all of me. It's pretty multicolored. I mean, I could just as well be green as I could be red, as I could be yellow, as I could be blue, black, gray. I mean, there's about everything. I got orange. I'm orange. There's some yellow. There's some lime green. That's what this matters. Nothing. It doesn't mean a thing. It shouldn't mean a thing. But yet, I sit here and every day see somebody like her say what she has to say. And I hear all these people grandstand about this and that and black and white and Hispanic. And I mean, you can't say, I mean, you know, all my brothers and sisters out there that know me know that I love you. You know that I got nothing but love for you. And it's not because of anything to do with the color of your skin or where you're from or anything like that. It's because I love you as people. And I honestly believe that you love me. And I think that that is what's representative of who we are as people, not these idiots. These idiots they're going to starve this whole fucking country out. And we're going to sit here and we're going to take it because we're fucking stupid, because we've given them the power to do so. And it's really frustrating to watch this go on, because life should be good for all of us. Life should be good. It should be good for every single one of us in every country, on every part of this fucking planet, because we're alive, because we have the fortune of being alive, because we have the fortune of taking a breath and waking up tomorrow. And our tomorrow should not be just full of dread and worry and fear, scared of our neighbors because they look different than us, calling somebody a terrorist, calling somebody this, calling somebody that, having these misconceptions of people. No, it's not what it's about, folks. I encourage you, please, if you watch this, please hit the like button, because what I'm telling you right now is truth to the best of my ability, the best of the way I can see it. We're not being represented. We're not. And everybody that I know out there is not being represented. And why do we need to be represented anyways? Why do we need that? Why do we have to have that? Why do we need to go bust our asses every day on a stupid fucking job? You know what? We should have automation. Why not let the fucking robots do the fucking job? You really want to go fucking work a shitty cheese job when a robot can do it? You could be doing something else. You could be learning how to play a saxophone if you want to. You could be learning how to do you could be doing whatever you want. Whatever makes you happy. And everybody has something else different from one another. That's why we're individuals. That's why they call us an individual. Even though we're all part of the same species, we still are individuals and we have different things that we like. I like different things than you like. I'm trying to pursue different things than maybe what you're trying to pursue. We all have different things that make us tick. And if we were allowed to pursue those things uninhibited, then imagine how that world would be. Imagine how that world would be if we could all go out and pursue the things that we're passionate about and be content and happy in the 70 or 80 years or 20 years or whatever the fuck we have on this planet. Because none of us know when it's going to fucking end. All we know is that we're here right now. And most of us are sitting here wondering how we're going to make it through tomorrow, how we're going to make it through next week. What are we going to do when the first of the month hits and we got to pay these fucking bills? We got to pay these fucking bills, right? With what? Worthless, shitty pieces of paper that have been made up that don't mean a fucking thing, except for the fact that we don't have much of it, and you know, there's a 1% of the people that do have a lot of it. And so they get to live up there on the hill in a 32,000 square foot fucking mansion, while you live in a shitbox apartment that costs you $1,200 to $1,500 a month for a 1-bedroom or whatever. And you got to make decisions about how you're going to scrimp on your fucking money, how much, you shouldn't have to go to the fucking gas station and put $10 in the fucking car. You should be able to go up to the gas station and just fill the motherfucker up. Think about these things, people. Why should you have to go to the grocery store and get up there to the checkout stand and be embarrassed because you overshot it and you don't have the money and you swipe your card and it's declined with a line full of fucking people that are sitting there fucking scowling down their nose at you? When you go and you bust your ass all day. When you're a single mother or father that has to pay for daycare for your child so you can go work that shitty job to get nothing, enough to not, just getting further in debt. So you can pay your insurance, in case shit happens when you're a responsible driver. You haven't been in an accident ever. But you still got to, do you get the money back? No, you're never going to see it again. And then they want you to put a camera or whatever on your fucking dashboard so you can get $5 off. So they can sit there and watch you. We've gone sideways, folks. We have gone so far sideways from what we are supposed to be and how we are supposed to be living. This is not what life is about. It's not about this garbage on these fucking stupid screens. It's not even about you listening to me. You shouldn't even be having to listen to me because you should be just doing what it is you want to do. And if you are listening to me, thank you. Maybe you can, pitch in. Because really the only thing I'm trying to do here is to be righteous and do good. I don't have any ulterior motives. I'm not trying to, I would love to be able to make a little bit of cheese off this because that's what it's all about, right? But if we got rid of the cheese and this was my passion, then I could just be able to do this, right? And you could be able to pursue your passion. But the way it is I had to invest everything that I had into this, and I had to go in 100%. And my good friend Kevin was over here last night we were talking about it all, and he was like, dude, you got to just keep going. He goes, no matter how rough it is, no matter how hard it is, no matter who listens or who doesn't, he's like, you got to keep doing it. If it's what you love doing and it's what you want to do, then he's just like, keep going at it. And, that's what I needed to hear. And I want you all to do the same. I mean, we get pulled away from, the creativity that we all have inside of us. And it gets dulled. Think about the creativity that you had inside of you when you were a child. Think about that. Think about, if you go back in time in your mind and think about the times you were playing with your friends in grade school, the times where you're just out riding your bike, and the silly games that you would come up with about, I'm Buck Rogers and you're whatever the fuck. Going out playing kick the fucking can or, hide and seek. Laughing, having a good time, living in a world that you could be whatever you wanted to be and it didn't matter. You could put a fucking cape on and wonder, can you do that as an adult? I should be able to put a cape on if I want to and go walk down the street. I might start doing it. I might make up my own cape. Why not? We should all be able to do that. Can you imagine if you could take the life that you had as a child, that fanciful, creative mind, where you could put yourself in whatever role that you wanted to be and carry that into adulthood? No, you can't do that because you get beat down. Because guess what? You got to go to college and you got to get grades. What about learning to be a human being? What about learning to be a decent, kind person? No, it's not that. It's all competition. You got to step on everybody's back. You got to step on the backs of those that are, blocking your way so you can die like the rest of us. We're all going to die. So tell me, at the end of the whole fucking thing, did it really do you that much good to step on the backs of others to get to the same fucking place? Especially if you turn out to be a fucking asshole and when you die, nobody gives a shit about you, as opposed to somebody that, say, didn't have your money but was decent and kind to people, and when they died, when they left this plane, this existence, this consciousness, there was a room with 15 people in there that actually cared about that individual and shed tears Or do you want to die like a guy like these politicians, where they're like, they go have a little, a parade, and everybody fucking acts like, but then, you're gone. That's all we have. We have the here and the now. And when you exit this fucking place, you have memories. You have the memories of those you loved and those that loved you. And that's what those that loved you, that's what they have until they go. And so stomping on the backs of one another, blowing each other up, fighting with each other, shooting up, building missiles and weapons of fucking destruction and chaos to seek money that doesn't mean anything. That's bullshit. When we live in a world that's full of resources, I keep saying this, there's enough out there for everybody. There's enough for everyone. I'm not talking about socialism where it's like doled out, where like you can have this much and you can have that. No, I'm talking about anything that you would want. Because if you can get what you want, guess what? That does away with fucking crime. It does away with war. It does away with jealousy. It does away with all these evils out there that plague humanity. They want to talk about a great reset. Here's the great reset. We got to get rid of, I'm telling you, the whole stupid financial system has got to go. And I know all you rich motherfuckers out there, you're going to be like, well, I earned this and that. No, okay, maybe you did. Good job. But to what end? What did you sacrifice? How much of your humanity did you sacrifice? How much of your children's lives did you sacrifice to get that fucking money? I came on late tonight. You know why? Because for once, my 14-year-old son came into my studio and sat down. And we listened to each other's music and we talked about life and we talked about these things. And you know what? To me, that was worth going on an hour and a half late from when I'd scheduled it. I didn't even think about it. You know why? Because that's what's important. My son's sitting here next to me and talking to me and interacting with me, and me listening to his music that I don't know anything about, and him listening to my old shit, and me telling him the history of fucking Ice-T and fucking Body Count and what that band meant in the 90s. And him, asking me, hey, can you put this on it? Yeah, I'll put it on. I'll sit here and listen to it and let him tell me about the music he listens to. That's what means something, people. It's not about anything else. That's the important shit in life. So I'm sorry I was an hour and a half late, but guess what? That's more important to me. But y'all are important to me as well. I feel like, everybody out there is important to me. The people that are important to me are the ones that are trying to take advantage of everyone, the ones that are trying to come up, the ones that are trying to step on the backs of other people and don't give a shit about you, me, our kids, or anything. The ones that want to take our homes, take our vehicles, take everything that we have. They're already trying to take your life from you because you spend your entire life working a shitty cheese job that you can't stand. And you don't have the moments with your children. You don't have the moments with your significant other. There's plenty of resources for everybody. Is that idealistic? I suppose it is. People are going to say, well, that's just not the way the world is. Why isn't it? Why not? The way I look at it is there's enough out there for everybody to do what they want to do. And it's all going to come out in the balance because we all understand what it takes. We all know what it takes. We all know what we got to do. We know what we got to do to subsist and survive. But we've screwed it up. We've become so far out of balance. So far out of balance. That we have these problems now that almost seem like they're unsolvable. Well, there's a solution. My old buddy Cisco used to tell me, he said, Mikey, listen, if you have a problem and there's no solution, fuck it. You have a problem and there is a solution, fuck it. What truer words? There's some things we can fix and there's some we can't. A lot of this is easily fixable, but it takes a paradigm thought shift. It takes love and it takes compassion. That's what it comes down to. And everybody says it's a dog-eat-dog world. Well, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be that. There's no reason why there should be any children in this world that are going to bed hungry tonight. There's no reason that people should be born into a society that's plagued with disease and hunger and poverty and genocide and war. There's no reason that children should be walking around without clothes, shoes, having to walk miles to get water. When we go and get our fucking stupid bottle of water at the fucking store, we go pay $4 for a stupid bottle of fucking Evian water. When you got children in different countries that are drinking muddy, infested, putrid water just to try and live. There's no reason for that. Absolutely none. Absolutely no reason for it. Tell me why there's a reason for that. And all you out there that are God-fearing Christians and proud to be an American, how can you be proud to be an American when we're a nation of fucking immigrants that came over here and we basically did whatever we could to exterminate indigenous peoples and push them onto the worst land that we could possibly think of until we found minerals on them, and then we'd fucking push them into a fucking worse place. How's that? Are you proud of that? I'm not proud of that. I didn't have nothing to do with it, first of all, so I'm not proud of it. I'm damn sure I'm not going to sit here and say, do I feel compassion? Do I feel like people got a really bad fucking shake? Yeah, I do. I'm not responsible for it. I'm not proud of it. I'm not indifferent to it either, but I'm compassionate about it. I mean, I think that, I don't think that we're doing it right. I do not think that we're doing it right. When you got to step on the backs of others to fucking raise yourself up, to come up, as they say, I don't think there's any fucking honor in that. I honestly don't. What I do think there's honor in is you see your brother or your sister fucking stumble and fall. I think there's honor in, rather than stepping on their back and fucking hop, skipping, and jumping to your next place in life, I think there's honor in stopping and picking that person up and helping them brush themselves off. Putting your arm around them and having them walk with you instead of stepping on their back and jumping over them. That's just my personal thought. I could be wrong. I don't ever want to step on anybody's back to make myself better. That's not anything that I'm trying to do. It's kind of why I've gotten out of what I was doing previously and why I started doing this. I feel like I've, got an opportunity to hopefully do some good. That's all it's about doing some good. The way I look at it is you're all my brothers and sisters. We're all family. We're all from this rock, and it's a small rock spinning around a goddamn big-ass ball of fire that who knows what could happen, And we're sitting here worried about, food shortages and all these other things when we don't have to be. We could live in a society where everybody has what they need. Everybody has what they want too. And, so I'm not talking about, you could call, if we got rid of the monetary system, we got rid of this money bullshit, what harm would come from that? I don't see any. We would all start doing the things that we would need or want to do to help each other out, And we all know what that is. Each and every one of us. And that's why we're all different. And so we have different, things that we're interested in. We have different things that we excel at. We have things that we're not so good at. But guess what? That gets picked up by the person that is good at that and loves doing it. For me, I love writing, I like reading, I like art, music. But then you have people that are, they've got a mind that's, more scientific, that's more mathematical. I mean, it's called balance. There's a balance in everything. And we certainly are not, we're not doing anything to accentuate that in one another. When the whole idea is that you got to go to school and get these grades and everybody's got to be the same and you go to college and it's all about debt. Really look at it. And I come back to this. What's the biggest stress factor in your life on a day-to-day basis? Money, right? Money. Finances. It's my biggest concern. I would love to not have that be a concern. I mean, I'd love that. Why do I sit here and say, oh, please push the like button? I don't give a shit, tell you the truth. Like it, don't like it. Subscribe, don't subscribe. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. The only reason I'm asking you to do that is because it helps me keep doing this. Because I love doing this, and I like sitting here and running my neck at y'all, and hopefully somebody gets some benefit from it. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. But I'm going to keep doing it. And sink or swim, whatever. I'm just hoping that, I don't get my back stepped on for people to, come up or whatever. Because really, at the end of the day, at the end of the whole fucking ride here, we all have the same ticket to punch. Why not make the ride enjoyable for everybody? Why not make the ride something that is something that consists of peace and harmony and joy, and love and compassion? Why not pick those up that fall down, pick them up, I'm gonna make the pledge to myself right now, and I try to do this every day. I try to do this, and I know sometimes I fall short. We all fall short, but I'm just gonna do my best to pick my brothers and sisters up. And I think I've tried to do that, even though I fall short. We all fall short. We're all gonna fail. But what is success to you? That's a question you need to ask yourself. What is success to you? What's that consist of? Give me a definition. And if your definition has to do with cars, money, houses, things, I hate to say it, brother or sister, but I think that you're, that you're misconstrued on that. That's my opinion. Now, I could be wrong too. Maybe that is what it's all about, but I don't honestly believe that. I don't think that we should have children in hospital beds whose parents can't, pay the bills. I don't think we should have people being medically bankrupted. I don't think anybody should be homeless. Unless that's your choice. And, that's what it should come down to is it should be your choice. I don't think that we should be fighting in wars when we have homeless people in this country. I don't think that we should be at war when we have homeless people anywhere. I don't think we should be at fucking war when we have people who are struggling and suffering. I don't think we should be at war, period. Why? We're here for such a short time. Why? Why are we Democrats, Republicans? Why are we arguing? We sit down and talk with one another, and it's funny. It's funny what happens when you sit down and you talk with somebody who you think is so different than you. It's not funny. It's the biggest reward there is. Because you see, when you do that, when you sit down and you speak with somebody that you think is so different than you, and you see the humanity in them, then you understand the humanity in yourself. Because we're all one. You see the reflection of yourself in that person when you sit down and you talk with them. When you sit down and you have the conversation, when you help somebody, when you do something that's completely unnecessary and somebody says, why in the fuck would you do that? And you do it because you just feel like it's the right thing to do. Guess what? Shows your humanity. We're all brothers. We're all sisters. I'm going to end it with that. Be good or be good at it. In all things, be kind. And do no harm. Try and love each other. All right. I'm not even taking it out with a song. Just, I'm out. Love y'all.